Hello and welcome back to Verbose Mode by TaxCare at Infobip Shift 2025. My next guest is James. James, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And so your talk tomorrow is about building a component library with developer experience in mind.
Yeah.
I would expect any component library to be built with developer experience in mind.
Yeah.
Tell me why it's not, how it should be done, and what's all the fuss is about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more just kind of taking a different approach, I think, to what a component library is. I don't know if people are familiar with something like ShadCN, but ShadCN is very popular. People use it all the time, but it's very not opinionated, and it means that you can use it in a lot of different places, which is great. It also means there's a lot of work that you have to add on top of what they give you. So I spent a lot of time in the React and Next.js ecosystem, and there's a lot of features in React and Next.js now that have been around for a couple of years that are, I think, starting to gain a lot more traction, things like server components and streaming and suspense boundaries and that sort of stuff. And so what we did was we built a component library that already has all that stuff baked in. So it takes care of streaming, it does server actions, does all the best practices that you could think of with Next.js, and it's already built into the framework, the component library that we actually give you. So my talk tomorrow is kind of going through the steps of balancing, as we build out these individual components, what are the ways that we mix in these best features and best practices in a way that is seamless to use for a developer. And it's a little bit different approach than things that don't do as much of that for you. We just know that you're probably going to want to stream stuff, you're probably going to want to show loading states, all that stuff is already baked in for you.
So it's about being opinionated, and I completely get it. I'm as removed from front end that one can be. My colleague Chris DeMars would be a much better interviewer for this particular topic, but I get the trade-off before of being opinionated as opposite to giving as much freedom and choice as possible, right? And there are pros and cons in both.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you think that the opinionated approach provides a better developer experience?
I think in this case it solves a particular use case. There's lots of, like, all those features aside that I mentioned, there's lots of basically boilerplate code that you would have to build out yourself. So it's just a trade-off that we're betting on for this particular component library. First of all, it solves a use case for us, so we are using it for a product that we have. And then it's also open source and available to the community. So it solves the problem in the way that we want, and then it's open if anybody wants to use it as well.
All right, so what's different when you have the developer experience first approach from others? Because I would, as I asked you in the beginning, I think whoever creating tools for developers comes, or at least they think they do, with developer experience approach in mind.
Yeah, this would be a much better example, honestly, to show in code, I think, because what I'll do tomorrow is kind of go step by step of, we start here, we see a problem, we add this, we see another problem, we add this, and it's that iteration. And I think for us, it's coming from a developer background. Like, we're building something to be used in an e-commerce platform, but we're coming from a developer background and get to bring all the experiences of things that we've built and things that we've learned to the table and have those just be built in. So yes, obviously that would be a big consideration. The details, I think, in this case really come down to code snippets to be able to show what the difference is of the things that we've already added.
Yeah, so I think Shift is publishing videos. Yeah. So if you are interested in learning more and seeing the incremental developer experience approach in action in code, James, you're delivering your talk tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
So probably somewhere next week.
Yeah.
Maybe the video will be out and you will be able to learn more. And for now, you build the suspense. Over that, we will look forward to seeing your video. James, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. And for you, stay tuned for even more episodes of the Verbose Mode by TaxCare at Infobip Shift 2025. Thank you and stay tuned.